Stay tuned and let's check out this Marvel Legends Black Widow Deadly Origin. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Today we are taking a look at this Marvel Legends Black Widow Deadly Origin. Now, I believe in the US, this is going to be a Target exclusive. I'm in the UK. I got mine special thanks to Indemand Toys. Managed to get hold of some import stock nice and quickly for me so I can take a look at this pearly white Black Widow. Now, the Deadly Origin is from a Pacific storyline from about 2010 where basically some skeletons from her past come out and she has to figure out who it is, what's going on. I think the Black Widow movie is actually sort of semi-based on the Deadly Origin storyline, or similarities at least. So definitely worth checking out if you've not seen it. Now, what I like about this figure is not only does it have Natasha in her all-white outfit, it's actually got some different guns, 3 completely different guns, and some effects. And we hardly ever get blast effects for the guns. So this is the first time I am seeing blast effects for Marvel Legends. So I'm hoping these fit into all the guns. And we're also getting smoke effects for her little wrist sort of pieces as well. So very curious to see this. No Build-A-Figure piece, as you will see as we turn it around onto the side. She is an exclusive single packed figure, so she does not have any wave association. But we do get a little write-up that reads, Natasha Romanoff must save everyone she ever loved before her own past kills them. So as I said, all from a Pacific storyline in the comics. Go and check it out. We're getting the Black Widow logo at the top, but this is all in conjunction with the film, nevertheless. But this is a comic accurate figure. So without further ado, let's get it open. Pow, and here we have Natasha Romanoff out of the box looking very nice in her pearly white outfit. Now, obviously, I've switched the back of my review table to black so I can really show off this figure. It looks very nice in hand with the gold highlights on her belt and on her stingers on her wrist. You can see the Black Widow logo there as well, which I'll zoom in and show you, especially that face sculpt as well. I do think it's a new face sculpt with a new hairstyle. We've not seen this on a previous Black Widow, so it's nice that they're giving us something different at least. But yeah, I'll zoom in, show you that in a minute, but I did just want to take one quick look at it on the rotating base in all its glory. But this isn't all. It comes with accessories. So let me move her out of the way and show you what it comes with. First, it comes with this sort of, let's say, sniper rifle. Now, I'm not an expert in guns. I don't know their official names, but this is a gun. It's a long gun and it has a strap on there. So she will be able to like just sort of strap it over her shoulder if you wanted to do like that, simple, or she can hold it. There are 2 trigger finger hands, and again, I'll show you that when I zoom in a minute. But yeah, first is a big long rifle. Second gun is more of a smaller pistol. Not sure if you can see that well, but it's all in the same colour, that gunmetal grey. This third gun, yes, 3 guns, is the same as the pistol, but with a silencer on. So it's the same gun with a silencer. Now, I thought you'd be able to take the silencer off, but it seems to be moulded on there. But what I like about all 3 guns, and I hope you can see this on camera, if it will focus for me, but there are like holes in the guns. I don't know if you can see that well, but there are little peg holes. And that is because for the first time in Marvel Legends form, we are getting some little blaster effects. So we're getting, these are tiny, so it's really hard to show them on camera, but we're getting like a slight little blaster with a peg, and then in any of the guns you can peg in the blast, so you can actually get some dynamic shooting. So I do think the ACBA community are going to really like this. There's the other one, there's the other blast, and again, these blast effects will go in all of the guns. Third gun also has the little hole in it, and they are going to definitely look nice on display. Bring a bit of life and character to your display, so I'm liking that. But that's not all. It also comes with these little smoke effects. Now, at first, I thought these were for her stingers on her wrists, but apparently not. There's nowhere on her wrist to plug these in, I figured out. So these are actually for the guns as well. So again, you get your silencer, you plug this in, and that is the aftermath. She's just shot someone, and there's your smoke effect. So again, ACBA community are going to love these, whether you turn them into cigarettes or plug some more holes into your guns or whatever you're doing. But yeah, there's your rifle. Did I put that in the wrong way? There you go. So there's the rifle with the smoke effect. I do think people are going to like these a lot. So yes, some fun new accessories. Hasbro, if you're watching, please continue this. Adult collectors are going to love it. So without further ado, let's zoom in and actually check out Black Widow herself. So here we have a closer look at Natasha Romanoff, and I do really like this face sculpt. Very serious, but she still looks good. Don't think we've seen it before in Marvel Legends. The hair sculpt seems to be new as well. Sort of swaying to one side. Red hair, classic of course, but still with dark wash in there. And yeah, definitely going to look good when you've got to pose in some sort of dramatic stances. The whole outfit is like a pearly white. It definitely shines and shimmers a little bit under my lights, but I like the contrast from the gold gauntlets. So you've got the gold sort of stinger gauntlets and then the bout, and if you take a closer look at the bout, you've got the Black Widow logo on there. The bout is of course a separate piece, and then the gauntlets. Now when I originally first saw the promo images for this picture, I thought these smoke effects will be able to put in the gauntlets, but there is nowhere on the gauntlets to plug anything in. So those smoke effects are definitely intended for the guns. Now, maybe not the other Black Widow. The other Black Widow seems to have effects for the gauntlet, but this Black Widow, these are smoke effects, definitely seem to be intended for the guns only. But still, maybe you can get it to work. But the whole outfit is all white, even down to the shoes. Mine are a little bit wobbly, but she does have ankle pivot, of course. Same articulation as you would expect on a female Marvel Legend, double jointed knees, only single jointed elbows, which may be frustrating when we're trying to pose her with these guns. So let's get a hold on some guns. As I said, 2 trigger finger hands, no interchangeable hands, but at least we've got the trigger fingers to hold the guns. So there's one gun. Let's get a hold on another one. Bit of double dual act. There you go. So Natasha Romanoff holding 2 guns, looking very nice with those blast effects. As I said, Hasbro, if you're watching this, please continue it. It adds so much more life to the display when you can do stuff like this. And yeah, looking very, very nice. Now, even though we don't have double jointed elbows, I did want to try getting her to hold the rifle in a somewhat realistic pose looking through the scope. And you can sort of get it to work. The hands are soft enough that you can sort of squeeze them into hold the gun. And then you can get it up to the eye. So again, better posers out there will do a better job than me. But I do think there is enough range in there. If you wanted to have a posed shooting the rifle, you can get it to work for some shots. And it looks good with a little smoke on the end as well. So yeah, even without double jointed elbows, I do think you can get this long rifle to work. And it looks good. So let's jump into a Black Widow comparison. So I've got 3 on the table. So we have the vintage Wave 1 Black Widow here on the left. And then on the right, we have the Riders Wave Black Widow without her bike and with the short hair. And yeah, they're all great Black Widows, but I do think my favorite so far is definitely the new white and gold one. Now, I definitely think this head sculpt is the best Black Widow head sculpt we have had recently as well. This one could be Mary Jane. It could be any redhead. This one doesn't really have the Black Widow feel for me either. This one definitely does. So I do want to try this head sculpt on these other bodies just to see how it looks. But before I do that, I did want to mention she is at the standard female Marvel Legend height and she stands about the same size as them all. But let's get into some swaps. So the head does pop off and will pop straight on to the vintage Black Widow body if you wanted to do that and have an all black outfit. She doesn't have the open chest, which I actually prefer on this one. She has more of like a cat suit all black, but it still looks good. It still looks like Black Widow, but this is definitely my favorite Black Widow head sculpt that we have so far. And again, this Deadly Origins Black Widow head does plug straight onto this biker Black Widow body if you preferred this one. This one does have the open chest, but it's still a black sort of cat suit with the silver highlights. Still works, still looks good. So I did want to mention as well, regardless of what Black Widow you have, any Black Widow with trigger fingers is going to be able to hold her guns. Like any Marvel Legend you have with trigger fingers will be able to hold this Deadly Origins guns with the gun effects. So yeah, I do think this figure's worth getting for the accessories alone, and then you get a very, very nice Black Widow with it as well. Definitely my favorite Black Widow head sculpt. So here we have her standing with all of her equipment attached, holding her accessories, all of that good stuff. And obviously I don't have any of the Black Widow movie figures yet, but I do have a comic version of the Red Guardian. So those two look good. Here we have her compared to General Thunderbolt Ross's Red Hulk. Here she is compared to some OG Avengers with Captain America, Iron Man and Thor, and I do think she scales very nicely with these. So there you have it, my quick review of this Black Widow Deadly Origins figure, and I do think anyone who's a Black Widow fan will enjoy this, but if you're a Marvel Legends fan in general, you're going to like this figure just for all the accessories it has, as we do have some very firsts with these effect pieces for the guns. Definitely brings a bit of life to your display, a little bit more dynamic, and the ACBA community are going to love this one. So as always, you let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this a figure you're trying to track down? Do you prefer Natasha in the white? Let me know, always curious. But most importantly, you know what to do. Head over to the page and please hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated, and if you want to support the channel that little bit more, you can do that on Patreon as well. Completely up to you, but I love you all the same, and I do really like this figure. Definitely going to add a bit of life to the display. Just need to choose what weapons I'm going to get as a hold. But yes, as always people, my name is Dan W, and I shall see you on the next one.